There is one more point which I want to mention because I know that this is much on the agenda, and this is the issue of Iran. There is no doubt, I think, in Washington as well as in Jerusalem, as well as in every major European capital, that the Iranians are trying to build nuclear capacity, not for the purpose of using nuclear energy for civilian needs, in order to have an atomic bomb. Now, there are Muslim countries with atomic bomb, at least one which is well known. This is Pakistan. And we are asked occasionally, why were you not petrified by the possession of a nuclear weapon by Pakistan? And you are so disturbed by the possibility of having a nuclear weapon by Iran. The reason is very simple. First of all, we were not happy with the atomic bomb in the hands of Pakistan, a non-democratic society, unstable, lots of difficulties, lots of changes. You don't know who will have his hand on the nuclear weapons in Pakistan. But we all knew that when Pakistan created this capacity, it was aimed primarily in order to defend or attack the neighbors, the Indians, and they didn't have us in mind. This is not the case in Iran. Here you have an 80 million people country, which is a very highly developed country, with a high technology, with a very advanced education and academic system, with natural resources that make it one of the richest countries in the world. And the president of this country talks openly and officially and formally and brutally about the need to write Israel off the map. Now, when such a leader is trying to possess nuclear weapons, there is no way that Israel will be indifferent. And I must say that this is a position shared by all of the Israelis. There is no government and opposition on this issue. We can't tolerate the idea that Iran will possess nuclear weapons. And we have to build capacities that, if worse comes to worse, and there will be nothing else to stop the Iranians, that we will have the ability to do it. But everything has to be calculated in a very careful manner. While we think that we have to have the capacity to stop the Iranians, we must be part of the effort of the international community that will try to stop it. And the international community will not be led by Israel, but by the United States of America. And this is the duty, the responsibility, and also the ability of the United States of America to lead the international community to stop the Iranians from continuing their nuclear program. I think that the recent steps taken by President Obama to disengage Iran from the banking system of the world is a major step forward in the right direction, because it will cause a terrible damage to the economy of Iran, and it may shake the foundations of the government, because there will be protests, and we have seen in recent months in Arab and Muslim states that sometimes a protest can blow out of control of the governments and change over the entire political situation. It is our duty, before we use the last resort, to try and take all the necessary measures that we have in order to stop the Iranians. America has the power. Europe is a very important part of it. Israel has to be a partner to it. There is a very serious, fruitful, and effective cooperation, and it has to continue, and there is no room for anyone other than the United States of America to set the direction, to decide on the timetable, to decide on the measures, and to lead the other nations into the solution of this issue. This is, I believe, is the right policy that I think should be adopted both by Israel, by Europe, and by the United States of America. And there is no room for an independent military actions that can trigger a regional war in the Middle East. Certainly not when there is time for alternative actions, and I know what I'm saying. There is still time for alternative actions. We haven't yet reached the point of no return as far as the nuclear program of Iran is concerned.